Hey guys, it's Maguire with Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Let's figure out why this is the truck of all trucks out there on the market right now. This is the 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 Denali with the large 6.6 Duramax diesel engine mated to that beautiful Allison transmission. Come around the side with me quickly. I just want to point out these massive rims with the off-road tires. The GMC Denali is one of my favorite looks. I love this truck. Hop in and let's take it for a quick ride. All right. As soon as you walk up to the door, you're gonna have keyless entry on all of the doors, plus a running board. So if you're 5'8" like me, you are completely fine. Then you have the upgraded push to start compared to any of the other models here. We currently have the AC on a little stronger than I would like. And the first things is when you sit in this car, you're just going to feel all of the soft touch leather. You get the large Denali badge with this massive infotainment screen. Because it's just currently a dealer vehicle right now, it is in demo mode. But once you purchase it, we would take it out of demo mode for you. As soon as you start driving this, you immediately tell why this is the truck of all trucks. It is so easy to tell, not only with, I love the noise. I like when trucks and cars have some exhaust notes so you actually know what they sound like. And you get the blow off valves with the diesel engine, and it's just to die for, in my opinion. I wouldn't look at anything else. And if it was my opportunity for a demo, I would steal this thing immediately. I love it. You get the digital dash giving you tons of different configurations from that you would want. You do have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. Not only with the tech on the inside, but the workhorse that this truck can do is unmatched. You can't beat it, and it gives you, 3 or 4 vehicles in one. It'll drive like a 1500. When you put weight on the rear axle, it does drive a little bit better, but without it, 90% of people can't tell the difference between a 1500 and a 2500. Then when you actually put some weight back there, it's going to drive like a Cadillac. It is amazing. The ride just absorbs all of the bumps, and it makes you feel like you're in a Yukon. That's why I normally say this is a 3-in-1 truck. You're going to get the luxury of a fully loaded Suburban or Tahoe with all of the leather on the inside and all of the tech that you could want, like 360 camera, blind spot assist, forward collision. This one doesn't have Super Cruise, but you'll be able to get Super Cruise in it as well. And I think it gives you the front end look of that Suburban, the Yukon XL. And I love it. You guys have heard me say it a million times. It's my dream. I might actually take a 2500 over a Yukon or a Suburban just based off, I feel like $1 million up here. I'm loving life. You're up so high that like even a regular F-150 looks like it's a tiny truck. Looks like it's more like a Toyota Tacoma. That's how small they are. It is crazy. Now I'm heating myself up a little too much here. But let's just make a right here so we can go a little bit further. Okay. Now that we're coming up to a stop sign here, I can point out some of my features. Like when I get a little too close to that truck in front of me, my forward collision alert does flash red and help me brake, which is quite nice to have in one of these 2500. It's just kind of part of that safety and security that you're going to have in all of these trucks. Power wise, as soon as you touch the gas, that diesel engine just roars to life. And I like to get on it and get off it really quick. That's where you get all of that blow off noise come in. Let's make a quick turn here and just snake through this neighborhood a little bit. Oh, for a second, I'm bringing us to a dead stop here. But let's just sneak around and tell you more about how much I'm in love with this truck. I'm going to have to go back to my sales manager, Steve, and tell him I picked this one out as my demo, I think, because I am just loving it. Like, again, you hear that beautiful engine, and the ride isn't that bad when you think about the true capability of what this truck can do, when they're optioned correctly, towing north of 15, 20,000 pounds in a truck that you can use every day that isn't, a 3500 dually that you can't park anywhere. This is a normal truck, just the best of the best. And that's why every other truck, like, look, we were rolling past a couple old GMCs and they wish they were this truck. That is how good it is. Now we're going to head back to the dealership and we'll talk a little bit more about this infotainment screen and some of the other things that you will get a part of this vehicle, like what me and my passenger were using earlier, the heated seats and then the ventilated seats. We found that the heated seat was actually so good on a cold November day like today that we had to then turn our air conditioned seat on right afterwards because it heated us up too much. You will have 360 camera, backup camera, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which I think are the bare minimum of what you need in any vehicle, but obviously it's standard in the Denali. You also have heated steering wheel, forward collision alert, like I was talking about before, and then you have your cruise control with your adaptive cruise control. You do have your diesel exhaust brake, which for a lot of people when they don't know what it is, it almost is like when you're driving a manual vehicle. It looks like we're gonna have to stop here for a school bus, but now I can kind of comment on them a little bit more. When you look at the diesel exhaust brake, it's like manual when you're using the transmission to slow you down. So it's just the engine capping its revs and setting where you're allowed to go from. Then you do have your lane keep assist, which is great. Doesn't work on small neighborhood roads like this, but as soon as you get onto any major road within the city, it works perfectly. A lot of our clients who purchase 2500s always like to remind me that even though it is a $114,000 pickup truck, it isn't smart enough to know that you have a trailer back there. So you have to make sure you turn your parking sensors off when you do hook up to a trailer. And then this one is equipped with the multi-pro tailgate. So you can drop the tailgate from within the cab, which is great if you're hooking up to a gooseneck, but you have to make sure that you're stopped in park or it won't allow you to drop it, which is just another safety feature. And then obviously you're going to have all of your climate controls and everything within that. Now we're coming up to the dealership. I'm going to end off with this truly is the truck of all trucks. No single truck could ever touch really how good this is. And thank you. Let us know what your thought is. If you wouldn't take this one, what would you pick out on our lot today? Let us know.